opportunity to participate in their mission. As a parent of an autistic son and a researcher trying to find treatments for autism, I've been engaged in this field for many years, and for many years was very frustrated at not having a vehicle to channel my energies that shared my hopes and aspirations. And the reason why I'm so grateful to ICare4Autism to give me the opportunity to join in with them is that they both share my aspirations and are incredibly effective. What they've done is so big and so aspirational, and they've achieved so much so professionally in such a short amount of time that it thrills me to be involved with them. I got involved with ICare4Autism after an introduction from Eric Hollander, and that's one of the many things, debts of gratitude, I owe to Eric. I've never actually presented anyone with an award honouring them before, so this is a new experience for me, and I sat and thought about how to do this and how to do it within the brief that iCare gave me, which was that I had to do it within 3 minutes. And it's actually quite a challenge to capture Eric's achievements, his personal qualities, and what he's given to the autism community in 3 minutes. It's not really going to be achievable. So all I can do is pick the high spots by giving a brief history of what Eric's contributed. Eric worked from Mount Sinai School of Medicine and the Siva Autism Centre in the early 90s, and those of us who were involved with autism at that time will remember that in the early 90s autism was thought of as an excessively rare disorder. No one had ever heard of it. And it took the amazing efforts of pioneer researchers to change that position and to influence government agencies and the research community to start to make change happen. Eric is the living embodiment of that process, that pioneering effort, and the change that it produced. Eric managed, as director of the Siva Centre, to turn the Siva Centre into an NIH-funded and NIH-recognised Centre of Excellence in Autism Research. Eric was a fundamental innovator at that centre in engaging NIH, putting autism on the agenda of NIH, and in getting funded and doing clinical trials in medical treatments for autism. The autism community, the specialist clinicians that deal with autism, today use medications like fluoxetine, memantine, valproate, oxytocin, and for them these medications are household names. But the person who innovated their use, designed trials to show that they work, and thought of using them in trials is Eric. Not only did Eric engage NIH to get involved with autism, but I think it's fair to say he was the first person to engage the FDA, the world's toughest and most important government regulatory agency for medicines research. Eric put autism on the agenda for FDA and got FDA to engage with autism and indeed to start funding clinical trials in the autism space, which is kind of where Eric and I began to meet. Having gained so much in terms of recognition and in influencing key bodies, Eric's work at the Siva Centre and his continuing work has done so much in the way of innovation and producing novel treatments for autism that we would be here all night if I tried to describe it. So I've been trying my best to find a single number, a single piece of information that captures that. There's a website that the NIH run. It's a database. It's called clinicaltrials.gov. Clinicaltrials.gov is a registry of every important piece of clinical research ongoing at the moment and in history. If you go onto that database and you search autism and intervention studies, and you look at the Siva Centre when Eric was directing it, nearly 10% of all of the autism research that was done was initiated by the Siva Centre under Eric's direction. That's 10% of the world's nutrition for the autism community being led by one man. That is astounding, and it's very moving to have been involved in that and to have been a friend of Eric's while he's been doing this. Eric's achieved so much because he has tremendous personal attributes. He's almost irritatingly endowed with stamina. If I close my eyes and try to imagine Eric looking tired or frustrated or exhausted. I can't see it. He just seems to have the same slightly understated, cheerful look on his face all of the time. He just continues to work without ever looking as though he's working. He manages to blend a sense of the seriousness of autism and the recognition it deserves with a kind of quiet, calm reassurance that we're solving it and we're sorting it out. And he somehow manages to get his innovations put into the hands of other people and build great networks and great teams to effect great change and great research in an entirely effortless way. It's all done in a very quiet, understated, practical methodology that is literally changing the world. I think the world of autism should be incredibly grateful for Eric's contribution, and personally, Eric, I'm incredibly grateful for your friendship and everything you've done to help me in autism research. I believe we have an award here to present you, and I believe it's really heavy, so be careful not to drop it. Eric, if you'd like to come and receive this, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the community, and I'd like to also give you this folder of scrapbook. It's a collection of senators, congressmen, governors, mayors, public officials across the state and the city who want to recognize your work. Thank you, Eric.